right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the one here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. Finding fouls complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
A first down carry now for Miller. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
At the 41-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Throwing on second down, Watson. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the set.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Yes, sir. Leonard Fournette has a well-deserved reputation as a physical, powerful runner. He's going to drop his shoulder and run over people time and time again. I think he uses it to his advantage, though. How about that last run? Set him up. Looked like he's going to drop the hammer, but gave a little wiggle, a little shake. And what did he do, partner?
Left the defender right there in his wake. From just shy of midfield, Minshew. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
Slam. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
You called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big one.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, and now it's third down.
Here we go.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run with Miller. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And set. 19. 50, 50. They can't hang with us. 54.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. After the run, Watson going to throw. It's complete. Stills. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down.
At the 19-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Watson with a give to Miller. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
He's got a man, complete. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking long for Westbrook. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And from down in Miami, an update. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Now it's Watson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check safety, check safety. Sponge. No. Let's go.
Here's Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
It's your time, baby.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
After the interception, here's Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he's going to look deep end zone for Hunt. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, folks.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to bring together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Jacksonville.
55. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Fournette, a first down carry. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Faking the give. Now Watson rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it third down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Watson now to throw. And he comes back with one complete. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
The first down carry here for Johnson. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 41, Watson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Calais Campbell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
3rd
and long, it's Watson. This is Johnson, he's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. He sets to fire deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Miller, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Miller. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ready, break. Blue draw quarter. Don't get nervous.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Switch. Check. Lucky. Protein spill. Check 99. Spike.
Now Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. 30 base. 44. Squeeze, double. Snap.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 yards there and a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction toward.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans push further out in front. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Hang too soft.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their 23-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards there. 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
Singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the fifth tune.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Minshew sets to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. On fourth down, Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
First down, Jaguars.
This quarterback now just 5 of 16 throwing the ball, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Check. 80 weapon. Crunch. Five.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Get in the weight room. Now.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling lead to no yards gained.
He's got his tight end, Oliver. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready to go. Ready.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, I 7. 55. Go. 55. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Shoot. Go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So Houston going to